Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, just a plain welcome then. Today we're going to be talking about Onward and how it fits into the Pixar theory. Now, if you've clicked this video, you probably are already aware about the Pixar theory. But if not, here's a quick rundown. It basically starts with The Good Dinosaur. We see the rise of magic with Brave. It then continues on with the rise of superheroes in The Incredibles. We then see the fall of them as well subsequently in the Incredibles series. We have the rise of toys and simultaneously have the rise of animals as well in their intelligence. They obviously also come back down with the rise of AI. We then see AI completely taking over by WALL-E, and eventually it comes back down. We then see the rise of animals again, and then the rise of monsters in Monsters, Inc. It's essentially how the timeline of the theory goes, with it looping back around to Brave. Now, considering Onward has 2 moons, it's quite plausible to either position it before The Good Dinosaur or after Monsters, Inc. However, I think it comes before Monsters, Inc. and this is why. We know from A Bug's Life and Monsters University, then Monsters, Inc., that there is only 1 moon present in those. So, kind of puts it at a little bit of a weird positioning to put Onward in between them. But I think I've managed to figure it out. Starting with WALL-E, they return to the Earth and decide to abandon all technology. They're fully embracing the whole idea of nature and the subsequent side of that of magic. The animals also start to return, and in the intelligence form that we see them in A Bug's Life, and that's basically how it starts to go on. With all of the trauma that technology has caused them, people completely abandon it to the point where they don't even talk about it at all. With this, the idea was that by not passing down any of the stories of technological history, that people wouldn't go looking for it and wouldn't restart it back up. The Earth, having already been damaged quite a bit at this point, has unfortunately still left some radiation on the Earth. With the radiation mixed with the magic, we see the evolution of people turning into some of the mythological creatures that we see in Onward. Most of the mythological creatures that we see in Onward that are human-like or humanoids, they are the ones with the intelligence. Whereas you have your animals like the alicorns and the dragons that are deemed as pests, your animal-like creatures still. There is the exception of this with the manticore, however I'll wrap back around to that one in a moment. With the increase of magic, this is where the stories really begin for Onward. This is the history that they're talking about when they hear about the beginnings of the magic in the Earth. The stories were kind of stretched a little bit and just overall bringing forth this idea of happiness and hope. But as it always does, technology is discovered. Now, this then starts the development into what we see present day Onward to be. The second moon, however, once they started using magic, a second moon was created to draw upon the energy of it for their magic. We know that the moon's energies currently affect the Earth in the way of tides of it coming in and out. It is also tied in with various different things such as eclipses, and some people even say that the moon affects the emotions of their babies and even themselves by it being linked in heavily in that aspect there. So, with the energy of the moon affecting the tides and emotions of people, it wouldn't be too hard to imagine that a second moon is created for the energies of magic. Magic is a thing of rebalancing, a give and a take nature of it, and it therefore has a give and take nature with the moon as well. Eventually though, magic starts its decline like it always does with the rise of technology, and at this point I think they transfer that energy from the moon into their technology, into their electricity, and into their daily lives, where it is solely a take thing and not a giving situation. The moon starts to shrink as a subsequent clause of this, and then we hit modern day onward, where magic starts to rise up again. Eventually though, I do think that magic starts its decline again, and I also think that the animals themselves start the rise up once again. They wouldn't be overlooked this time in regards to their intelligence because of the manticore and her intelligence. And as a side effect with the radiation as well, I think they just slowly merge over time into who we see the monsters of Monsters Inc. to be. With all of this crossbreeding, you would then end up with multiple different types of monsters, varying heights and things like this. And that would be why it's such a variety, because it doesn't matter at that point in regards to keeping to the elves or keeping to the pixies, because, well, everybody's different anyway, so it doesn't matter. Eventually, the technology just drains the second moon, and this is why it disappears. With this, it freaks them out, and as such, they need to find a new source for their electricity. This is where they use the last of the magic on the earth, or at least the last known magic on the earth, to create what we see the Scream floors to be. They develop time travel, possibly in an attempt to actually drain power from the past instead, and stumble into a little person's room. They scream, and the energy from screams travels through into the monster's world and starts generating electricity. Upon discovering this, they then create entire scare floors where this is exactly their job, to gain the electricity. And this is why I think Onward fits perfectly in between. It is that mix between the humanoids, or rather just the plain humans, of the Axiom and the monsters of Monsters Inc. The moons, I think, just simply come down to the rise and fall of magic yet again. Let me know what you guys think about that, and leave a comment down below as to any other theories you would like to hear. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below. I upload videos every Sunday as a regular during the midweek, which at the moment is a Wednesday. And I started live streaming as well, so definitely keep your eyes out for all of that. But aside from that, I will see you guys next time. Bye!